Like all the latest video, you'll also find interactive maps, facts, comment and analysis from our experts. We're going to see how the papers today are covering this story with the broadcaster and Sunday Mirror columnist Jamie Breese. Jamie, morning to you.
Good morning.
Nice to see you. Of course, dominating all of the newspapers. Let's go to the Times first, and what do they say?
Absolutely brilliant. They've wheeled out all their heavyweight correspondents here, as have all the papers. And fantastic images. Here we've got the jet, which you've seen on telly recently, plummeting to Earth, tragically, obviously friendly fire in that case. I think what's really struck me about the Times coverage, it's one of the few mentions, but it was just 4:45 p.m. British time that the summit ended. And then within 2 hours, the first missiles were being fired. So there's this, the Times, along with some great graphics, have really kind of communicated how sudden this has happened, when there's been a lot of kind of sitting on hands, I would say, over the last few weeks.
It's quite interesting when you talk about the timeline, and
Yes.
it was very rapid, the response, but yet you get so many comments from the rebels, and we were here sitting yesterday morning saying, how much longer until, how long can the rebels hold out in Benghazi? And one of the things, the quotes that they have there, where are the Western powers? It was within minutes almost of them collapsing from Gaddafi's troops going in.
Interesting. The Mail then, cruise strike hits Gaddafi.
Yes, I mean, obviously it's going to be there on the front cover, but what a great image.
It is, isn't it?
I've seen it in a couple of the other papers, but the Mail have been bold and stuck it on the front. My old paper, this. Fantastic, joy, arms in the air, and as Lisa just said, kind of about time, really.
For them.
Yeah, and really tons and tons of coverage in the Mail. Lots and lots of detail, lots of graphics communicating. Obviously, the news is happening so fast. I'm amazed that some of the papers have had actually a chance to actually produce these graphics and get the comment done. What really comes across in their coverage is the nature of the coalition, the fact that it's not just Britain and the US. We know now it's France, it's Denmark even,
yeah.
And then there's a kind of support in the background from some of the Arab states like Qatar and so forth. So brilliant coverage, again, happening lightning fast, and amazing that the news media is the print media is keeping up with TV media, should I say.
And inside the Mail, they're calling it Cameron's war. I mean, they're obviously going to take a look at the political aspect of this,
Yes.
how Cameron has played it, and our previous relations with Gaddafi.
Yes, great. I mean, on one side of there's a double-page spread here. Page 8, page 9. There's a kind of almost like page 9 is almost like an homage to David Cameron, actually, where there may have been some accusations of dithering by the British government in other events recently around the world, particularly in the Middle East. Now, he's the man who is leading the charge and going forwards, bringing France in early. And whereas America, even though we're kind of brothers in arms, seems to have really kind of sat on their hands recently, until very, very recently Obama's come out and given this statement. But it is, as the Mail say, David Cameron who's come forward and led the charge.
I guess they're in very different places politically. David Cameron knew, in those terms, President Obama's approval ratings haven't been brilliant, so that domestically, politically, is important for both of those men.
It's quite interesting in that article as well, you touched on it before with the previous government in charge, and very much alluding to special protection that was given to Saif when he was here in London studying, sort of saying that was within the express knowledge and approval of that previous government, which sort of sheds another dimension to it.
It's really nice, kind of two stories kind of facing each other, so different. And, I think questions are, in fact, there are questions being asked, as Lisa said here, but the special protection given to Saif suggests that he was here with the express knowledge and approval of the government to help negotiate a deal to remove the trade barriers. I think we'll hear a little bit more about that in the papers.
I'm sure we will. Jamie, we're going to look at some more a little later, but for now, thank you very much indeed. Stay with Sky News for continuing coverage from Libya.
Imagine a completely new way to put breaking news in your hands, where you choose which stories to watch and how you watch them.
Let me just make this point. He knows how to cut, John.
Imagine a world of live events, expert analysis, and amazing graphics. Imagine Sky News for iPad.